You ever ate Captain Crunch and proceeded to put water in it, put over by the law? You riding dirty so you can't argue with them that made it to be a star. Bare your soul and put your heart up in it. Well, I did. Wack the murals out, but it ain't no legends if my legend ends. What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Play It Loud podcast. I'm your host, Jay Solo, as we enter season 4 of the Play It Loud podcast and the end of the year 2024. We going out with a bang like Kendrick Lamar K. as we break down the song of his 6th studio album, G and X. And the song we got off of that album for this episode is Wacced Out Murals. Let's get into season 4. Let's go. Yesterday, somebody whacked out my murals. That energy'll make you move to Europe, but it's regular for me, and that's for sure. That love and hate is definite without a cure. Unfortunately, some people always find something to dislike regardless of your actions. This is an unavoidable reality of life, and trying to escape it by changing your circumstances is pointless. It simply is what it is, man. I recently just seen an interview with Clarissa Shields, the female boxer who been whooping everybody all over the country. It's truly sad what she been through with her family. She mentioned taking care of everybody from her sister's children to buying her mom a house to helping her dad. Despite all this, some people still felt entitled to what she had. And as she quoted in the interview, she said, they don't want what you give them, they want what you have. And that's something they could never do because they don't want to put the work in and do what it takes to sacrifice to get to the position that she has in her life right now. They don't want what you give them, they want what you have. I kill them all before I let them kill my joy. I'd have been through it all what you endure. What advice would you give someone who is struggling to find joy in their life? Shout out to your girl, Key. She ain't on the episode today, but shout out to her because she always say you gotta protect your peace. And another shout out because she just dropped off this sign at the top that say, let's go, which she always say at the end of the episode. So shout out to your girl, Key. Appreciate it, Key. But like she say, man, you got to protect your peace. And sometimes you got to keep that peace to protect your peace. Also, man, people always try to find chinks in your armor just so they can feel superior or feel like they got the ups on you just to try to tarnish your image. But that's a complete waste of time to me because the opinions that truly matter are of those who look out for me and the people I love and the people I support and the people who support me and the people who live in my house and the few people who I allow in my house. So the rest of the opinions, you really just wasting your time. You can feel like you got the ups on me. You do whatever you got to do to feel better about yourself. But I'm good. It used to be that, but now it's plural. Everybody that's on my body, my blick first, then God got me. Yes, that bar is so tough, dog. Initially, problems often stem from a single individual. However, when people start taking sides, the issues escalate because suddenly the concern for my feelings, my safety, my well-being are diminished. Then that's when it becomes plural. That's when it becomes everybody. And I wholeheartedly agree with Kendrick on this. My blick first, then God got me. If you don't know what a blick is, you talking about a gun. And I got to quote the Bible on this thing right here, dog. Similar to the biblical passage in Exodus 22:2, which states, and I quote, if a thief is found breaking in and he is struck so that he dies, there should be no guilt for his bloodshed, end quote. I definitely believe in principle of self-defense. My body is my home. If someone is threatening my space, I am not liable for any consequences that may arise from my actions in protecting myself. That's just how I believe. The law might be a little different, but I'm translating this thing as I see fit. Shout out to Billy Carson, because I know they've been on his head lately about translating and taking the information and transcribing it how he see fit. I'm on Billy Carson right now. I watch him pander with them backhanded compliments, put their head on the Cuban link as a monument. Yes, sir. Why do you find this behavior particularly annoying or disrespectful? This right here get on my nerves all day long. They say stuff like this. You know a lot for someone who didn't go to college. I can't stand that, dog. My knowledge is impressive despite not having a degree. It's impressive because of my unique path I've taken to learn the knowledge and gain the knowledge. Please don't come to me with them backhanded compliments talking about you know a lot for somebody who ain't go to college, dog. I ain't trying to hear that foolishness, dog. Stay over there with that. I paid homage and I always mind my business. I don't know what he said on that second part, but it must have been bleeped out for a reason. I hope Drake ain't had nothing to do with it as far as lawsuits and none of that, or he just trying to make the point known that he can't even say it on record. I don't know what it is, man, but whatever it is, he must have meant that. Question that go with it, do you think people are too focused on others' lives and not enough on their own? Absolutely, dog. I feel like that's the major issue that's going on in the world. I think it'll change their whole lives all the way around. Like they just focus on what's in front of them and what they care about and what people look up and need them. You know what I'm saying? Focus on that. Be a little bit more selfish in your personal life. Don't worry about what other people got. Don't worry about what people bought. Don't worry about what people paying their attention to. Focus on what you got going on. And I promise you, it'll turn your whole situation around, man. Focus on what you got going on, man. Riding in my GNX with Anita Baker and the tape deck. It's going to be a sweet love. Apologies, I want to see y'all geeked up. Don't acknowledge me, then maybe we can say it's fair. Take it to the internet and I'ma take it there. When people show disrespect, should you hold them to it? Are you ready to wear your love on your sleeve? Literally.
Introducing the Play It Loud podcast merchandise store.
Rep your favorite podcast with stylish tees, hoodies, and more. Shop Play It Loud podcast, printify me now. Let's go. I feel like when people show disrespect, they're choosing this route to be disrespectful because they could have not said nothing at all or took a whole different approach. So when people show disrespect, I'm holding them to it because they don't have to take that approach. So I feel like if you want to take the time and make the decision to show disrespect, I'm holding you to it, and it is what it is from now on. What's your favorite classic car? I definitely rock with the GNX. I definitely rock with the 94, 95, 96 Chevy SS Impala. I definitely rock with the Chevy when they was going through the whole SS badge on everything, the short bed truck, the Cavalier. Like American cars had this little era where they was making everything look like it was a Darth Vader car. GM, Ford, American-made cars, man. Any cars in that era, but my personal favorite got to be the 95, 96 Impala SS. I left off the 94 because I don't like the window thing. If you're a car guy, you know what I'm talking about. That little back window, little markup. No, 95, 96, 95 digital dash with the complete round window, the 96 analog dash with the gear shifter. Personal favorite car all time, man. Do you prefer physical media like CDs and tapes or digital streaming? That's tough. As a music lover, man, I love the nostalgia. I love the vinyl records. I love when like physical CDs get remade. I actually go out and still buy this stuff, man. I just love picking it up, reading the back cover, who produced it, the artist writing their thank yous, shouting out everybody on the back of the cover and all that, man. I still love that nostalgia of it. But, I mean, it's hard to go against streaming, even though the artists don't get paid what they should off of it. But you just got every song ever created in your hands that's on the platform. Like, it's hard to go against streaming. Love the physical format, but I think I might have to go with streaming, man. I hate to say it, but it is what it is. You got everything at your hands right there. Miss my uncle Lil Maine. He said he'd kill me if I didn't make it. Now I'm possessed by a spirit and they can't take it. Yes, man. Shout out to the uncles out here. Shout out to the OGs. Shout out to the granddads that's still alive. Man, we need the OGs, the uncles, the big cousins. We need them people, man, because it definitely played a major role in my life, man. I grew up with my dad, both parents, mom and dad. Shout out to y'all. But, you know, you don't get everything from them. You know what I'm saying? It's the big cousins. It's the OGs that work at the park and rec. It's the OGs that you play basketball with. It's, you know what I'm saying, day to day, your teachers. Shout out to Mr. Cannon. Shout out to my OG triple triple. Shout out to my uncles, man. Uncle Kyle, my Uncle Dreek. Your older cousins, man. Shout out to all of them, man, because we need them people, especially the young guys, man. They need us. I'm a young OG now. They need us out here, man. We play a vital role. Used to bump the Carter 3. I held my roller chain, proud the irony. I think my hard work Lil Wayne down, whatever though. Call me crazy, everybody questionable. So with this line right here, it stood out to me because even though Kendrick and Wayne, you know, they communicated, they got the understanding and everything that they needed. But some of these old dudes sometimes just be straight haters. So I give y'all an example. So me as an entrepreneur, as an independent creator, like I do a lot of stuff from scratch. I've come up with stuff out of thin air and just, you know, create it and build it and turn it into something that's actually in real life at this point. And sometimes, you know, the OGs, the older people, they just don't understand the process that it takes to create these things. And I see them, they be on the sideline hating, talking about, well, what is this? What's the point of this? You could have been doing something else. Da-da-da-da-da. Like, it's just weird energy, and I just don't accept it no more, man. What are some unexpected consequences of success? I don't know if it's unexpected consequences because I already expect the hate to come. I think the unexpected consequences is the unexpected consequences of paying taxes. God dang, dog. I try to break even every year. Break even. Snoop posted tailor-made. I prayed it was the edibles. I couldn't believe it. It was only right for me to let it go. How do you handle a situation where a friend or ally is supporting someone that is going against what you trying to do? Snoop and Kendrick, they talked it out. They got everything situated. But for me in my personal life, I'm still dealing with that. It's a hard thing. Like if I'm over here trying to build something and create something to provide for the team, and then I see somebody that's on my team in my circle on the other side supporting somebody who's going against what I'm trying to do, I have a hard time dealing with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really want people to pick sides, but at the same time, they are their own people. They are their own person. So, you know, if they rock with me over here and they rock with that person, I got to get to a point to myself to where I'm like, all right, man. But it'd be tricky, dog, because the person who's going back and forth, if they not a genuine person and not trying to sabotage both parties, it's hard to deal with that. It's hard to tolerate that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I have a hard time dealing with that. Let me know how y'all deal with that, man. Let me know down in the comments or give me feedback of how y'all deal with that situation. Because I haven't got there yet. It's a tough spot, man. It's a tough spot. Won a Super Bowl and Nas the only one. Congratulate me. All these agitated. I'm just glad they showing their faces. Oh, man. Shout out to Kendrick again. This song is 4 minutes talking that talk about real life situations and pointing out sucker activity as he see it in the forefront. So with this line, it's weird energy, man. It's hard for me to tolerate this because I definitely experienced this. If I'm over here and I don't see the circle of people or people who I rock with on my side supporting what I'm trying to do, supporting what I got going on, and then there's somebody way on the other side who clearly reach out and shout you out for what you doing from afar, and they not even on this side, they just see it from afar, and they showing love and showing appreciation. Like, is that something to say about the people that's over here? It's just like a close knit of hate, or it's, what is that energy, man? I don't know. I don't understand it. It's just weird to me, and I experienced that personally, man. Let me know again how y'all deal with people from afar shouting y'all out that's not even right here next to you. Let me know how y'all deal with that in the comments, man. It's a weird space to be in. So let me know what y'all do when y'all encounter these situations. What up, y'all? It's your boy Jay Solo. Real quick, I just want to let y'all know that we're still having the Notorious B.I.G. Funko Pop giveaway. All you got to do to enter is be the first or the 15th person to comment below in whatever platform you're on right now. Hashtag Play It Loud Podcast for your chance to win a free Notorious B.I.G. Funko Pop. Let's get back into the episode. This is not for lyricists. I swear it's not the sentiment. A double entendre, I want y'all to feel it. Yes, sir. Man, sometimes you just got to be plain and blunt with people. So there's no room for miscommunication or misunderstandings. Because once they leave and go looking for allies and people who they trying to get on their side, there's no room for twisted words, no room for miscommunication. What you told them, they get the message clearly. Once they go searching for people trying to get on their side and try to twist the words, they know what you told them clearly. So what everybody else said and everybody twisting up and coming back trying to tell you something about, there's no need for that. Because the person who got the message, where the disagreement was at, they got exactly what you wanted them to hear. So that's on them. What bridge they done burnt, all of them is over with. I'm doing what COVID did. They'll never get over it. What relationship or bridges have you burnt in your life, and what can you learn from those experiences? I'm not sure of what bridges I've burnt knowingly. I'm pretty sure I've burnt some bridges somewhere. I can't recall because I'm not on the other side. But if I did burn a bridge, it probably was meant to be burned. And I ain't going back. I don't want it rebuilt. I don't want none of it unless there's a serious conversation had. And then I might entertain it if the people who surrounding you and surrounding me really get together and be like, hey, man, we got to hash this out. I may build that bridge back out and put the rebar and all that back in place. But other than that, man, like Kendrick said, I'm doing what COVID did. It'll never be the same. What we experienced through COVID would never be the same. So shout out to Kendrick for that bar. I'm doing what COVID did. I never piece it up. That don't sit well with me. Before I take a truce, I take them to hell with me. Question that go with that. How do you prioritize forgiveness and letting go in your life? I don't. Next bar. Ain't no sympathy here. This is hilarious. It's a lot of opinions, but no power to carry it. I really don't be having sympathy for the foolishness and people who waste their time trying to stir up stuff that don't even matter. As far as the opinions that people give, if your word never meant nothing, why are you saying anything? Just be quiet. I love because they exist with them in style. Exterminate them right now. Make Cat Williams them proud. What are your standards for people you surround yourself with? So everybody don't have to be the same. Everybody don't have to do the same things. Everybody ain't got to have the same interests. But, dog, you just can't go for all the sucker activity, dog. Like, if I see something as a man and I feel like it's cringeworthy, that's the sucker activity, dog. Like, if you with the sucker activity, don't show me. If you if you feel like I'm gonna say something about what you doing, don't give me no input on it. Don't give me no take. Don't tell me nothing about it. Just let me see you for what you show me, and then we just keep it there. Don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman that's law. I'm with him on that bar, man. I am with him on that bar. But it's got to be a but here because we know over these last couple of years, it's been a rift between black men and black women. And I'm not here to push this agenda for it. And I'm with protecting our black women, but sometimes our black women, and I'm not going to say out of control, I'm going to just say y'all do a little too much at times when it's not even cause for. Like, I got an example. So I was somewhere leaving out of the store, and I seen a black lady leaving out the store, cussing, carrying on, going off. I don't know what was going on. She had on the bonnet. Fuzzy shoes, loose boots, all that. Like, and I don't use the term ghetto because that's not even a black term, but she was ratchet. She was definitely ratchet. And to me, from outside looking in, it looked like she was loud and wrong. And I seen the dude approaching her in a matter where it looked like something was finna happen. If the dude would have put hands on her, I would have definitely stepped in and put an end to that. But like, I really was just trying to avoid the whole situation because it sounded like she was loud and wrong. And if you loud and wrong, we can't really step in. I ain't gonna say I can't really step in and try to diffuse this situation. Just going on about your business, man, because it's can we tone some of it down, dog? Some of the loud and wrong, can we tone some of it down? If you don't know what you're talking about, just don't say nothing. Go on about your business, carry on, man. But can we please tone down the loud and wrong? Everything don't got to be a spectacle. Everything don't have to be a show. Everything don't got to be a put on. Everything don't got to be a scene. Can we tone some of it down, please? And no, I'm not your daddy. I'm not your man, not your husband. I'm not none of that. I'm just giving you input as a black male out here in these streets. Before we get out of here, let us know what song y'all want us to break down next. It can be any genre. Send it to us. We'll break it down, have a whole conversation about it. If you're willing to come on the show, we can send you the link. We can do it remote style, and we'll have you on the podcast, and we can go on from there. Until then, this your boy Jay Solo. This the Play It Loud podcast. What the sign say? Let's go.